Look, I think we've all got that one friend, right? That one guy who's always late to the party, steals the spotlight when they show up. Screw that guy. Anyway, that's Ethereum right now. I used to think that ETH, well, it's really just a toxic relationship. Barely hanging on, man. Guess what? Vitalik coin is back, baby. Vitalik broke up with his girlfriend. ETH's pumping. There you go. Fashionably late, as always. Turning heads of cycles. Wall Street can't get enough of it. Stick around as we unpack what the heck is driving the surge in Ethereum right now and whether the party's just getting started or it's getting late. Let's be real. You've probably given up hope on Ethereum that it would ever surpass previous highs or it even surprise us this cycle. With Bitcoin hitting 123K, ETH still couldn't snag a new all-time high. But hold up. Surprise, surprise. This week we got up to $4,800. By the time you watch this video, maybe we even got a new high. Who knows? The big question, will it tease us with blue balls continually, or will it finally deliver on the goods and blast up to 7K, 10K? Well, let's look at what's actually happening here behind the scenes with Ethereum right now. And look, to be fair, I was quite bearish on Ethereum at the start of the year, not just because of the bad price action. I've seen bad price action on Ethereum before, but because the devs weren't giving a crap about the criticism. Wall Street wasn't buying. But things have started changing under the hood that flipped the market bullish on Ethereum, which saw me rebuy my position and a lot of other people get in as well. We're going to discuss that. And I want to start here with Leon Wademan, head of research at On-Chain HQ. He pointed out that individual ETH investors are cashing out recently. After being in the red for years, many are finally hitting break even and rushing to sell. Classic. Hold in the red for years, sell at break even, baby. Love it. This pattern is not new, by the way. Retail investors are essentially passing their ETH off to big players like institutions and whales, a move that he believes that they will later regret. Wademan is bullish, arguing that it is primed for a major breakout. He notes that each cycle, Ethereum tends to outperform expectations, climbing faster and higher than most people anticipate. We only have 2 previous cycles of these to look back on, so it's a limited data set, just keep that in mind. But this time kind of doesn't feel any different, does it? Honestly, I don't blame people cashing out while they can. It's been a rough ride with ETH. Solana's stealing the thunder in a lot of ways, but Wall Street's buying ETH now. The game has changed. Now, why does Wademan think that people are going to regret it later? Well, it all boils down to money, or rather, whether those with money are joining the party. They're not just joining, of course, right now. They're throwing everything they got at it, man. They are throwing a giant party and just pouring huge amounts of money into Ethereum right now. For example, Monday last week, 9 U.S. listed spot Ethereum ETFs saw a total inflow of $1 billion, $1.02 billion. It's $1 billion, all right? The highest ever since the products launched in mid-2024. Remember, at the start of the year, it was like $1 million a day. Big change. The ETFs now have an asset under management of over $20 billion, and who's leading the charge here? Of course, none other than effing BlackRock, the same guys who made gold and Bitcoin ETFs the big thing. Of course, Bitcoin ETFs, most successful financial instruments in history. I bet they can sell Ice Cube ETFs to Eskimos and make it a blockbuster as well. That's the power of BlackRock. Now, BlackRock set a record by scooping up over 150,000 ETH, or worth $640 million in just one effing day. Of course, BlackRock customers, not BlackRock company buying. You guys know what I mean. Fidelity ETFs also saw a record inflow of 277 million, taking in 65,000 Ether on Monday. Now, aside from the ETFs, we also have treasury companies, which are a major factor in buying right now. Several companies are now taking a page from Saylor's playbook, but instead of Bitcoin, they're stacking Ethereum, and of course, the results have been absolutely bonkers crazy stuff with Ethereum nearing record highs. Treasury companies now hold over $13 billion of ETH. If Bitcoin has Michael Saylor in strategy, Ethereum now has Bitmoin, Bitmine immersion technology, and Tom Lee. In just the past 30 days, Tom Lee's Bitmine company supercharges holdings by 410%. They're up to over 833,000 ETH, securing the title of the largest corporate treasury holder of ETH, and they're not done stacking. The company is raising $24 billion fucking dollars to buy more Ethereum. $24 billion, man, and they're not alone. SharpLink Gaming has pumped its stash up as well with big new purchases. They're up to around 600,000 ETH right now. Well, the Ether Machine, they grew their stack up to 345,000 ETH. We had another company come out the other day saying they're throwing $5 billion at ETH. But are these institutions just throwing darts at a board and betting on Ethereum blindly? Hardly. They've likely got a whole squad of researchers and analysts crunching the numbers. The liquidity is there for the play. Okay, take Tom Lee, head of research at Fundstrat and chair of Bitmine. He's laid out some pretty solid rationale why stacking Ethereum makes sense right now, and Wall Street's taking the bait. They're buying. Now, according to him, Ethereum is having its own Bitcoin 2017 moment. Bitcoin back then was hovering around $1,000, and it has since soared 120x. Yeah. Tom Lee is not ruling out Ethereum pulling off a similar 100x run. Tom's coming out with some crazy bullish stuff, man. We've seen 16K targets, 30K targets. Now, you know what? Screw it. ETH's gonna 100x. ETH ain't gonna 100x, guys. Just gonna put that out there. But hey, 16K, I'm down for that. That sounds rational and reasonable. We can do 16K this cycle, Tom, okay? Holy cow. Before we get into the next part of this conversation, guys, if you're trading Ethereum, you're trading Pepe coins, you're trading Solana, you're trading Bitcoin, you're trading dog coins, whatever you want to trade, you need a good place to do it. That place is called BitUnix, best exchange out there in crypto these days. One of the hottest exchanges in the market. Guess what? No KYC, no VPN. That means no BS. Means you can trade there. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. It's available to anyone, anywhere. Okay? Long the rips, short the dips. They got you covered. Here's the deal. Exclusively, limited time offer for this, by the way. Link down below, right here. Use that link. You're going to get 30% off your fees. That's a 30-day trial for a big fee discount straight to VIP level 3. You're also going to get a $400 deposit bonus. Deposit $2,000 or more, $400 cash back, money in your account. That's crazy. And insane trading bonuses up to $8,000 plus 3 Ethereum. That's the top tier, but you know, get in, start trading, you're gonna get cash back. All right, it's pretty awesome. Check it out. Link down below. Start trading the way you should with freedom. Anyway, I love Tom Lee. I love his numbers. This is great. Fantastic. And anyone can toss out wild numbers. Some of them more rational than others. But Tom Lee's earned his stripes as a respected financial analyst. He's got the goods to back his bullish calls. First off, he points to the Genius Act, which just greenlit stablecoins and smart contracts with a solid regulatory backbone. Something they'll be untouchable. Of course, Bitcoin's great, but it ain't got the stablecoins, does it? But Lark, other networks also have stablecoins. Yes, Solana also benefits from all this. Okay, but about half the stablecoins run on Ethereum. Okay, $270 billion stablecoin market cap, half's on ETH. Runners up like Tron and Solana don't even come close. Second, the SEC's Project Crypto is basically invading Wall Street to shift the entire financial system onto the blockchain. Guess who stands to benefit the most from that? Ethereum. Wall Street don't give a shit if it costs $2 to make a transaction. They're gonna be fine. Oh no, it costs us $2 in transaction fees or $10 in transaction fees to issue our $100 million of the bonds. Wah, they don't care. When's the last time you heard about Ethereum crashing? It doesn't. That's why. Okay, it's a credibly neutral network. The network has been online for 10 years straight, unlike some other networks. Now that kind of rock solid resilience is exactly what institutions crave. And it's not to say they won't use Solana or other networks too, because of course they will. But Ethereum will probably be the chain of choice. And speaking of cravings, they're all about legal compliance to keep regulatory watchdogs at bay, another area where Ethereum leads. Third, almost everything happening on Ethereum. It's the second largest blockchain out there, okay? JP Morgan, they're building their stablecoin on it. Robinhood, those guys, they're tokenizing a bunch of stuff on it. And again, a lot of stuff happens. A lot of the volumes, the users, everything over there is insane. But ETH to OG, the layer 2s and all that stuff, Base, it's all happening on Ethereum, okay? It is a network not to fade. And if that's not enough, Trump's World Liberty Financial is also stacking up Ethereum. They've bought a truckload of ETH. If that's not bullish enough, then I don't know what is. The president's company is literally buying ETH, okay? Bottom line, Ethereum is the preferred playground for deep-pocketed institutions. They know they can buy billions and cash out for billions later. The liquidity will be there for it to happen. TLDR, the money is now going Ethereum's way. It wasn't 6 months ago. It wasn't even fucking close. Now it is. Now, if you're the type of guy who thinks that charts don't lie, then I got some good news here for you as well, because Ethereum has just formed a golden cross on the monthly MACD, something that remains undefeated. It's only happened 4 times. This is number 4, okay? Every single time this has happened previously, Ethereum's pumped mega effing hard. History doesn't have to repeat, but it usually does rhyme. And a monthly MACD cross for ETH usually signals big gains ahead. The question is, how high will it go? Analysts and institutions like Standard Chartered Bank are forecasting a $7,500 price target for 2025, which coincides with some of our chart analysis here as well. ETH to the 1.618 Fibonacci line is around $7,500. This shows Ethereum breaking a multi-year ascending triangle pattern with that great level of confluence here for the Fibonacci line. So you're thinking, all right, Lark, I'm convinced. Should I FOMO in? Yeah. Depends. It was a heck of a lot better purchase when I shared my purchases here with you guys 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, whenever we started getting back into our ETH position. And the targets from here, if we go up to 7K or something, it's not bad, but that's not even doubling your money. And targets might miss. But if you zoom out, the picture does look bullish long-term for Ethereum, so it depends on your time frames, what you're expecting out of this. But ETH pumping is good for everybody, okay? It brings liquidity into crypto, brings institutions into crypto, they bring money in, all that kind of stuff, and they're just getting started. They're raising cash to buy more Ethereum. I mean, you're gonna stand in front of this train and watch Tom Lee and Joe Lubin and stuff buy tens of billions of dollars worth of ETH and think the price won't go higher. Of course the price will go higher. The question now becomes, though, are there better risk-reward opportunities out there than ETH? Now, ETH as a trade, especially if it pulls back into that $3,800, $4,000 zone, interesting. Breakout trades, interesting. It's got liquidity, got good charts, sure. Blindly buying spot ETH near all-time highs, there could be better opportunities out there in the cryptocurrency market for you, unless you're just a long-term ETH bull and you just want to have a big position in ETH and stake it and hold it for 10 or 20 years, that's a different question. If you're just trading it to make cash, that's a different question. But if you're buying spot ETH right now to double your money, it might take a little while. Food for thought. Thanks for watching.